Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another session with the Older Man. Today, my friends, we're going to get into our favorite segment, the Older Man's Random Reviews.
The Older Man Random Review. Learn about life from an older man. Yes, an older man.
Let's do it. Yes, the bunch of videos that you guys sent me that you would like to have my humble opinion on as an older man, and I'm gonna give it to you, my friends. Listen, this is a good bunch today. Whew. There's so many good ones. This is going to be a little longer video, but trust me, stay to the end because these are good. You're going to learn a lot today. All right, so listen, guys, subscribe. Book a session if you have any questions, if you need some mentoring, if you need any help at all, if you're starting a new YouTube channel, I'm here to help you. If you have problems in life, divorcing issues, if you have any problems at all, give the older man a call. Get me over on askanolderman.com. And of course, join the membership system. It is free and it's there for you to communicate with other like-minded people on a one-to-one basis. All right, so my friends, let's get straight into the first video. Let's get the old specs on. Angela Reese got annoyed with Shaq after he kept fantasizing about her dunking in the tiny shorts she wore.
Shirt you had on at the Wild and Out show, dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
All right.
Dunking.
Hey, you, babe, I know you be watching me.
I have zero sympathy for the attention 304s who constantly get online day in and day out, sexualizing themselves by posting the most lascivious content of themselves to elicit lustful responses and interactions from strangers online, and then play victim when they receive those lustful interactions from men they don't want to receive them from. Ignorant or complaining about the fact that Shaq is supposed to be like a mentor to Angel Reese. He's twice her age. She's his daughter age. No, Shaq is a man and she's not his daughter. Shaq's medial preoptic area in his nucleus accumbens works the same exact way any other man's brain does when he's presented with sexual stimuli visually. Attraction has no moral conscience and it doesn't adhere to any moral principles. You can't thirst trap on social media and then complain about the ways in which men express their thirst for you. That's what you wanted, so that's what you get.
I love this brother, man. The Q-Pill, you know, guys got to go over there and check him out. He's a really good content creator. Listen, this brother is so right because I see this shit all the time. They act like hoes, but then when you treat them like hoes, then they get their defenses up. Oh, you're treating me like a hoe. That's how you act. If I saw a guy out there acting gay, I'm going to assume he's gay. If I saw a guy dressed in a freaking police uniform, I'm going to assume he's a freaking police. And I can go on and on with these different analogies. Ladies, you got to stop this crap. But one thing in today's modern society that is absolutely clear is that more and more of these young modern women are acting like hoes. And they're not hiding it. They're not freaking hiding it. Came across this piece on the Forever podcast, and it just blew my mind that this is where we are. But I'm not shocked at it, you know? This video here.
Would you rather be the king's mistress or a peasant's wife?
King's mistress.
Also king's mistress.
Yeah, king's mistress.
Same.
Peasant's wife.
King's mistress.
King's mistress.
If it was considered by almost all women on planet Earth to be immoral, to be the king's mistress rather than the peasant's wife, who would change their answer?
What are the consequences? It's just
the
immoral?
only consequence is social shame.
You get judged by other women.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that comes with...
Who would change their answer? Nobody?
You're going to get judged.
If you are with a man specifically because they are powerful and rich, but you're not interested in them for any other reason than just their wealth and their power, are you? Raise a hand.
Wait, what?
Nobody?
Yeah. You see, when they have to answer the freaking hard question and reality is thrown in their face, no one wants to admit that they are a hoe. One girl kind of half waved because she know the reality of it. But this idea that I can act completely like a hoe, the man asked them a very specific question. Would you prefer to be a hoe with a rich man or be a good, loyal wife with a poor man? They all respond except one girl, and it's the same one that put her hand up. You are a hoe to the king. That's what a mistress is. It's just a nice freaking word of saying you are second class to his wife. It's just mind-blowing the kind of woman that we have created in our society nowadays. I got to read a few comments because this one is good. Galabalek Crusher says, it's similar to the classic joke. A guy enters a bar, approaches woman, and asks if she would sleep with him for $1 million. After she agrees, he asks if she would for $20, and she replies, do I look like a prostitute? And he replied, we already established that in the first question. Now we are negotiating price. Yeah, for some reason, the woman have this delusion in her head that because the price the man is paying is extremely high, she's no longer a prostitute. But if the price is low, she's a prostitute. Make that shit make sense. It blows my mind. Blows my freaking mind. Damien New said, once you compromise on values, it's not about if, but for how much. Exactly. Psycho Goreman says, it's now 50% of women will be single by 2030. Congrats, ladies. Ethromel said, these women just prove why they don't deserve respect. But this is now normal, man. This is the problem that I'm seeing, is that women are prepared to openly admit and openly and gleefully and almost proud to say that, yeah, I'll be a hoe for a rich man. It doesn't stop here. Let's look at this other video.
If you ask me out and you're a millionaire, I'll say yes.
If they're not a millionaire?
Then we can be friends. If he doesn't own a house that's over $7 million, I won't date him. I just have, goals and expectations and boundaries, and this is what I strive for.
What are the other criteria that you're looking for in a guy?
I want someone that's successful,
sure,
motivated, influential,
okay,
good values.
Minimum height?
Actually, I'm okay with the guy being short as long as he's rich.
At least it's still catching up.
Did you want Santa Claus to come down your chimney too?
Oh, man. Andrew just couldn't hold it together there. But this is the delusion that we have amongst these modern women today, man. This is it. This is what we're looking at. This is what men have to choose from. Man, I always share this one. But because they make it so clear on this one, I just got to share it one more time. After this, I'm going to resign it. Okay?
Would you rather be with a broke man that loves you so much, or with anything apart from that, or with a billionaire that provides for you but doesn't love you and cheats on you? Billionaire. I didn't even have to think about it. Obviously the billionaire.
Yeah. I could go on and on and on and on and on with many examples of this, from street interviews to podcasts where women are just openly saying, I want the billionaire and I will be his hoe. I will share any freaking man except a broke man. And what do we have? What do we have to choose from in the end? Let's look at this story. Former American actress Riley Reid is currently happily married and joins the Lana Rhoades movement. She mentioned that she would like all her content to be deleted from all the internet because she regrets her past and wants to regain her dignity and respect. She left everything behind and now has a new life. In other words, she gets some poor simp to freaking mop up her psychological mess. How can any man look at this man with any respect? He has no respect from his fellow man. None. This is her being ran a train on. I think I remember seeing this show actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge black men. And I mean, they are huge. I know 3 of these guys. And we're talking 10 to 12 inchers, my friend. You know what I'm talking about. You think this little white guy is going to come and please her? And I don't say white just to say the freaking guy's white. You know exactly what I mean when it comes to comparing races. There's a higher probability that these five porn stars, 5 black porn stars, I know these guys. I watch my share of porn. These guys are massive. Do you understand? And now he's going to step in to try to please her? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's not going to happen. He's in for a world of hurt. Now she's trying to get her dignity and respect back. Let's all pretend like it never happened. Wow. All right, let's move on from the sexual part of the market and let's look at this one.
My experience with dating. You are telling women to stay in their place, to be submissive, to be soft, to stand behind their husbands, but they don't reciprocate the same thing. We can do all that and we still get shitted on.
That's bullshit.
Please tell me how is that bullshit?
What you focus on, you see. You focus on bullshit, so you see bullshit. You mean to tell me, in the black community, let's take adultery, let's take cheating. Black men, when surveyed, asked about in committed relationships, what percentage black men cheat at? Cheated at 28% rate. What rate do black women cheat at?
I don't know what's the number.
24. And there are 2 million more of us. Every time a black man is cheating with somebody, he's cheating with somebody, and it's usually with a woman, married or in a relationship. How many black women have multiple children by multiple men? That's polygamy. That's a poly relationship. A 50+% divorce rate in the country, and it's almost close to 60% of the black community. And 80 to 90% of the relationships, black women are leaving. You're leaving. You're home wrecking. You're breaking up the relationships. Men stay. Y'all leave.
Why do you think women are leaving?
Because you've been sold a Disney fantasy that you should be happy instead of understanding that you have duty, honor, respect, and you chose to be in a relationship, especially when you decided to make a baby with somebody. You need to stay for more than just yourself. French toast your happiness.
So I should settle.
Have you been married?
No, I haven't.
You plan on getting married?
I would like to.
What vows do you plan on taking?
I don't want to settle for nothing less.
What vows do you plan on taking?
I plan on...
For better, for worse, sickness and health, the rich and poor, till death do us part. Then he says shit about happiness.
Oh, man. I just want to keep that brother alive. He's going to be digitally immortalized as long as I'm around. Okay? I'm telling you, this guy just hit the nail on the head. We need to get women out of their delusional state. And as long as men can identify that women are delusional when it comes to relationship and do not cater to their BS, eventually they will soon have to come around and get on the man's program. You know, I was watching a content creator earlier. I can't remember who it was. I watched so much stuff, you know. But he said the only time, I think it was Myron on Fresh and Fit. And I said, man, that is so true. Yeah, I got to give Myron credit for this, because he said the only time a woman actually become mature is when she has reached the age where she's no longer desired by the amount of men that she used to get chased on when she was in her 20s. So it usually happens when she's in her late 30s, 40s, where the men have literally just cut her off and she realized, shit, I need to freaking get serious about life because the men aren't running after me anymore. That's when women mature. Women technically act like freaking kids. It's insane how bad women act these days. They either act like prostitutes or they're acting like kids. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Let's go to the next one. Meet 93-year-old Bob, the unfiltered truth about beauty in old age women.
Do you ever look at an old lady and think she's cute? No. Never? Ever? Why?
Well, really cute.
He's freaking right. She isn't cute. This idea that we have to cater to the delusion that women put themselves in, to look at a freaking 75, 80-year-old woman and say she's cute. No, she's not cute. She's an old woman. There's nothing cute about being old. There's nothing cute about old men either. Men tend to age more gracefully. But the reason for that, I've determined, is that women have mastered delusional self for so long. Usually, you don't see the true essence of a woman. You don't see the natural progression of aging slowly over time because they constantly have the freaking makeup on. But at some point, the makeup no longer freaking works. Unless you literally put it 1 inch deep on an older person, you're not going to get the makeup to work. Don't care how much lipstick you put on them, wrinkle up prune lips, it's not going to happen. But men, on the other hand, of course, they look the same because the progression has naturally occurred. Do you understand what I'm saying? So over time, all you have seen is just a man naturally growing older. If the woman was a natural face, natural everything, the same thing would occur. We would all see that natural progression from young to old. But women have masked this progression with makeup, Botox, and all this other shit. There's nothing worse than when you look at a woman and she has a perfect face, and then you look at her neck and it's a freaking turkey neck. Just, you're pulling loose skin. Or when you look at her hands, especially if it's a Caucasian woman, her hands look like something out of a bloody horror movie. But the only reason that the brain is thinking this is because you look at her face first, and then you make some assumptions, and then when you look down at her hands or her neck, those assumptions are just screwed. The contrast is too different. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. If we just naturally age, then we will accept that aging process amongst both the genders, and then we would naturally accept who we are. But women screw that up, man. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's read a few comments from this one. Brink O'Famins said, who looks at him and thinks he's cute? I'm 70 and I don't need a man to tell me anything. Oh, hear this crap. See how women get triggered by this crap? Oh, we're supposed to believe that you're beautiful when you're old. No. Why are you now going back on him? He was asked a question and he gave an honest answer. Why do you now have to attack him for giving his honest opinion? This is the kind of crap I hate from women. Every one of them are going to take it personally. Look at him. You think he's cute. I'm 70. No one asked you how freaking old you were. No one. Solipsism. Every woman needs to freaking see the world from her eyes, and she has to take everything personally. Wow. Here we go again. We don't think old men are cute either. Fine. Good. That's what men will say. Yeah, okay, cool. No problem. Men were never supposed to be the cute ones. We don't base our value based on our beauty. Our value is based on something else, and you know that. So why are you trying to insult the man or men in general? Matt Michael Guitar said, there's also a biological reason. Signs of old age send a message that the woman is not able to reproduce. We are only hardwired to be attracted to those who can reproduce. That is true. But women don't think about this shit. We're supposed to admire them, and we're supposed to look at them in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s and say, oh, you're so beautiful. Hell no. Hell no. 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 One person here, I don't know, I don't think this is a woman though. He's right. He's honest. Latoya Nelson, 67, says, and neither are you, Pops. Once again, we're back to shaming the guy for just giving his honest opinion. Twizzy says, honest man. Try finding an honest older woman who regrets ruining their face with chemicals and makeup. Oh, man, funny. All right, let's move on. Next one.
Energetic and rebellious. Title, let's go to comment section. L'Oreal flow.
Oh, I just had to throw in that. Sorry, guys, I should have given you a warning. I don't know if this is AI. Is this AI? I don't know if this is AI, but no, it's not AI. The background looked too damn good. This is insane. This is what men got to choose from, man. It's sickening. The obesity problem amongst the black community has to freaking change.
Today I have a manhole. Sorry. And I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. This one is an imported model. The Swedish one's for malfunctioning. It has one previous owner, his parents. You can use it as your go-to Google. Fact finds everything, but can't find anything in the fridge. Also, doesn't buy exactly what you send him in the grocery store. It is well-traveled, can speak multiple languages, but can't speak black. It's generous, doesn't say no. So you are the one who will figure out when to say no to people, because it won't be him. Very low maintenance, eats the same thing every day, little to no spice required. Has never been to a club, but reads every night. He is an introvert, needs to run to charge his batteries, even in a storm. Let him run. He doesn't ask for help, so you just have to figure out when he needs the help and help him out. Otherwise, he will do it all by himself. Your fire alarms will be changed. And the best part is, I love my import.
You know, gentlemen, you have to stop making yourself available for women to humiliate you. Even though this is sort of a passive-aggressive type of video, don't do it, man. Don't freaking do this. women will disrespect you. This is a sign of disrespect. Even though she's trying to boast that she has a white man who's intellectual, he travels, he blah, blah, blah. There's too much negativity for the man for you to be transmitting out to the world. You do not do that in your marriage. Do not. Do you know when I talk about my wife, everything is positive? You don't hear any negative shit about my wife. Is there negative shit? Yeah, of course. Of course. This isn't a freaking fairy tale, but I don't talk about it. Okay? Do not ever disrespect your husband in public, period. And gentlemen, the same thing. You do not disrespect your woman in public as well. I think Pearl said it here in this video best.
I just think if you truly respect the guy you're with, like, you wouldn't want to do anything that would make him look bad. And it makes a guy, like as a woman, you want to make your man look good. Like, that's your job. And so when you're dressing like a hoe, going out with your hoe friends to the club where they're all hooking up with guys, and then you're saying, oh, they're all doing it, but not me. I promise I won't flirt with anyone, but I'm going to the one place where we're bound to get hit on. It's like, you look bad as a girl and you make him look bad.
Absolutely. She hit the nail on the head. This is another form of disrespect. You do not go out in public and associate yourself with those people who do not comply with the rules and regulations of a good relationship. Unfortunately, too many young women want relationships, but they still want to act single. And then they shame the man into telling him that, oh, you don't have to be so insecure. No, you have to be cautious when it comes to a woman, because when these women go out and they're influenced by their single friends, and then you throw some alcohol in there in the mix with hot chad, because you're never her number one guy. Remember that, guys. Women never marry their top guy. Their top guy is the guy that they cannot get. The man that she wants, she cannot get. No woman does that. Let me demonstrate to you, especially those in America. Lori Harvey had Michael B. Jordan, and she gave that man up. Yeah, that man. How much more of a man you would have to be to come into her life now to beat Michael B. Jordan in his accomplishments, his good looks, his body, his everything. How much better you will have to be. She won't find it. She will never find it. And more than likely, she will find a guy that's lesser than Michael B. Jordan. By the time she's ran through a lot of these guys who just say, yeah, I've been there, done that, I'm not interested. So by the time she's ready to settle down, most of the top guys have already seen who she is. We already seen who she is, most men have. And they don't want to touch it. They'll hit it, but they're not going to freaking lock it down because she's already set the bar way too high for herself. So all I'm saying to you, gentlemen, is that your wife or your woman does not have the man that she deems as her top choice. She's taking what she feels that she can get at this point. Everyone, including my wife, trust me. But my wife is a realist. My wife already knows that she's not going to get Brad Pitt. She knows that. Don't you, honey? My point is that every woman have this ideal guy in mind, this fantasy that they all created or they have seen. And that's the guy that they would ultimately want. But reality hits them in the freaking face really hard, and then they have to settle. Everybody settles. Everybody. Every single one of us settles. The man settles for the woman that finally accepts him, right? Yes, he builds himself, makes himself available and see what the best choices he has. But ultimately, he takes what's readily available, the best choices he can get. The woman, she does exactly the same thing. She settles for the man that her beauty and her personality can attract. And of course, they all have an overinflated idea of who they are. So in their head, this isn't the best I can get, but I'm going to have to settle here because nothing else is coming along. I'm getting too old. Tell me I'm wrong. All right, let's see. Do we have one more? Or was that it? All right, one more.
The shape of their dad. And if a father is unable or unwilling to fill that hole, it can leave a wound that's not easily healed too, because there are consequences to father absence. I mean, they transcend the data and the statistics. And one of the things to remember is behind all those statistics is an individual, a little boy, a little girl who's trying to understand. And it's difficult to be what you don't see. And it's difficult to become what you didn't have.
That is so true, man. Ladies, you don't understand how you affect your kids. So many of you sacrifice your kids for your happiness. You sacrifice your relationships for your happiness. This elusive thing called happiness. Life isn't about happiness, my friend. Happiness is a myth. Life is about survival. That's it. How can I survive? How can I get through this life in the easiest possible way and survive? But when you choose to throw away your family, it does take away from your happiness. But you're constantly chasing that crack pipe of happiness. Happiness coming from just surviving, being satisfied with what you have. That's it. That's all you can ask for in life. We have to stop this thing about happiness. I need to be happy. I wasn't happy. No, you didn't work on being satisfied. That's your problem. Relationships are hard, my friend. Stay in your marriages, stay in your relationships. You will get rewarded in the end. I can assure you of that. Just take some time to work on it. But you're constantly looking for this instant reward, this instant hits of happiness. That's not how the world works. But unfortunately, this is a delusion that most women have. And they'll sacrifice their kids for that and take the kids away from their father. And that's what you create right here. A hole in that child's heart, and his whole upbringing is destroyed. You know how many men call me on a weekly basis who've never had a father figure that I am currently mentoring? Trust me, you ladies have no idea the damage you created. And so on that note, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up here with this week's collection of random reviews. Listen, subscribe if you haven't, please. Book a chat if you haven't already. If you need any mentoring, if you need any help at all with life, I am here for you. That's the idea behind this channel. Join our membership system. Meet like-minded people. Come in, enjoy deeper and more open conversation. You can get a lot more in-depth with individuals. Get more answers. Join a community. Hey, it's free. Can't hurt, can it? All right, my friends, until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.